Hello, Moment friends! Ending here for another episode of the epic story. When we last left off, we were trying to get Imrahil to take Faramir to the hospital, and he still hasn't done it! Seriously, Imrahil, let's get a move on. Come on, anywhere. Even let me take him, please. Alright, so it looks like Faramir is not going to get any kind of treatment anytime soon, but that's okay. We'll just make our way on to the next part of the city, and, I mean, we've done everything we can. We've done all sorts of emotes on the guy. Nothing's working. So we gotta go on to the next tier of the city.
The second circle is home to ale halls, barracks, armories, and the wielding yard.
Mithrandir's word is enough for me, Staffding, and I will teach you the greater password for the Sword Gate. The password is Beacons of Gondor. Share it with no one. Beyond this gate lies the second circle of the city, known to the people of Gondor as the Soldiers' Tier. This tier of the city is home to several ale halls and barracks catering to soldiers and the town guard, as well as a number of armories and the wielding yard. Go in peace and cause no trouble within the city. We have enough of that to spare, if the scouts can be trusted. Alright, it looks like we're just going to make our way up the tiers of this city. I remember doing all the side quests along the way, and it took forever to get up this high. But we are just going to make it on through, no problem. Hey, look, it's a lore master trainer. This guy must be the loneliest person in all of Middle-earth.
I greet you, friend.
Yep, don't need you anymore.
Beyond this gate lies the third circle, the craftsman's tier.
I will teach you the greater password for the Silver Gate. The password is Anarion. You will find it easy to remember, for he was the son of Elendil, who ordered the construction of this city. At that time it was called Minas Anor, the Tower of the Sun, though it has since been renamed Minas Tirith, the Tower of the God. Beyond this city lies the third circle of the city, the Craftsman's Tier. This tier of the city houses shops and smithies, as well as the clother's market and fellow hall. Builders and merchants will find much to attend their needs on this tier of the city, as will any who seek the auctioneers at the House of Calamor.
Prince Imrahil carried Faramir through this gate. Will he live? He must.
Mithrandir says you are trustworthy. There are some for whom that would not be enough, Staffding, but it is not my place to deny you. I will teach you the greater password for the Lord's Gate. The password is House of Stewards. There has been no king for nearly 1,000 years, and Gondor is now ruled by a line of stewards. Mere minutes ago I allowed the Prince of Dol Amroth passage through this gate, and it seems to me that he has bore the body of Faramir, the son of the steward Denethor. I could not tell if there was life in him, but I fear for the line of stewards if he should die, or has done so already. It is whispered that Boromir has already fallen as well. Idhir shakes his head with a frown. Forgive my gossiping tongue. Beyond this gate is the fourth circle, known to folk of the city as the Players' Tier. Minstrels and actors frequent the court of Varanway and the Blue Theatre, and the wealthy patrons gather in the baths and guest houses between performances. The entrance to the great cistern that feeds most of the city is also on this level, but you would be wise to leave it be. The footing can be treacherous, and the waterstead has claimed more than a few careless lives. He just called us careless. Alright, time to make our way further through the city.
The fifth circle is the Sage's Tier, and it is a place of learning.
I see that Mithrandir has vouched for you, Staffding, but it is not enough for me to teach you the greater password for this gate. I will teach you the lesser password, as I have been instructed to do for friends of the wizard that are not known to me. The password is poetry. Understand that lesser passwords change frequently, so conclude your business here with haste. The fifth circle of the city is known as the Sage's Tier, and it is a place of learning, Scholars study its stars from its Aurian tower, and natural philosophers make learned arguments within its quiet courtyards. Several archives can be found in the Fifth Circle, as can the Houses of Law and the Scriptorium, where copies are made of valued documents and records.
The Dome of the Sun is in the Sixth Circle. The Council of Gondor meets there.
This is the gate of stones to the Sixth Circle of the city, and it is my duty to tell you that Mithrandir's word of your worthiness earns you the lesser password only. Conduct your business with speed and depart. The password, for now, is Vigilance. The Sixth Circle is known to folk of the city as the Master's Tier, but few of them ever climb to this gate. The houses of healing can be found on this tier, along with the cold hall where the dead are brought to be washed, clothed, and prepared for internment in the tombs, or in some cases of the common folk, the ossuaries within the Hill of Guard. The Dome of the Sun can also be found on this level. That is where the Council of Gondor meets to decide matters of state, and errand riders bring their resolutions throughout the city, and to other reaches of Gondor. They have had much to discuss of late, and I urge you not to bother them. Oh, we got a Citadel guard guarding this gate. How cool is that?
It is the steward's command that you learn only the lesser password for this gate.
Mithrandir's pledge is of value, Stafteng, but I must follow the commands of the steward. It is his wish that friends of the wizard learn the lesser password for the Citadel and no other. The password is Justice. The seventh circle of the city is called the Citadel, but it is also known as the Steward's Tier. Some of the common folk refer to it as the King's Tier, but that seems distasteful to me. There has been no king in Gondor for many hundreds of years, and the wise rule of the steward has served us well, if you ask me. Oh, I'll remember you when the king does return, buddy. Just you wait. The Tower of Ecthelion stands proudly atop the city, a sign of Gondor's might. Steward Denethor rules within the Hall of Kings, but you will only see within at his direct invitation. The path atop the city's pier is patrolled by guards of the Citadel, and keep clear of obstructions. If you wish to walk the ship's prow and behold the view, do so in safety, while that is still possible. Alright, why don't you tell Denethor that? Okay, so I know that only happens in the films, but you know, he needs to know. He needs to be warned. Warn Denethor. Let's talk to Gandalf. Or Mithrandir, if he wants to be called that.
You were denied the greater passwords for some of the levels. What rubbish.
Denethor seeks to demonstrate his authority. He should be preparing for war with his enemies instead of hindering his allies. It does not matter. For now, you have free passage through the city, and you're only going to be here for a couple days anyway. Minas Tirith is strong, and it was built in 7 levels with strategic purpose. Did you notice how the gates alternate sides? First on the south, then on the north, and then on the south again. Such a design causes the ascending road to pass through the neaths in the pier at regular intervals, and carving so many arch tunnels in the stone cannot have been easy. It was done at Anarian's command, so the city could be easily fortified, and an opposing force would have a long road to march before reaching the heights of the city. The walls of the city have never been breached. No enemy has broken the gates. Denethor knows this. He believes that Minas Tirith cannot fall, and that knowledge gives him strength, but it is also a weakness. He refuses the help I might give him, and the help you could provide. I think that is an error.
We must not rely on the strength of the walls. The people must be strong.
We must ensure that the people are strong as well. It will not be long before the enemy is arrayed before the walls, and in that moment, the city's defenders will need courage with deep foundations. There are some folk with whom you should speak, my friend. Unresolved matters may linger, and cast hearts into confusion when the end approaches. Day-to-day affairs in the city are managed by a group of officials that comprise the Council of Gondor. They meet in the Dome of the Sun on the 6th Circle. Introduce yourself to the Dorward, and do what you can to aid the Council. I came here in the company of Peregrine Took, Hobbit of the Shire. He is now a guard of the Citadel. The less said of that, the better. And I expect he could use a friendly word from you, Stafting. I spoke with Lord Dwin here of the Blackroot Vale a short time ago, and it seems that his sons left the city without his permission, and indeed against his direct command. I understand you met Darylin and Derafin during the ill-advised adventure. Find them within one of the taverns in the lower circles of the city, and perhaps something can be done to soothe their father's temper. Alright, let's start with Pippin. Okay, so it looks like we have to do side quests that are part of the epic story to go through here, so we will do just that.
Ah, it is good to see a familiar face in this city of strangers.
Hello, Stafting. Gandalf hinted I might be seeing you shortly, but I wasn't sure I believed him. It is good to see a familiar face in the grand city of strangers. I have met a few friends already, but this city is not built to hobbit scale, is it? I find it quite overwhelming. On the off chance that you really would be turning up, I arranged with one of the taverns for a picnic lunch, and I expect it is nearly ready. There should be enough good food and drink for the two of us, and we can share stories and catch up on our adventures. I say our adventures, but really mine has not been very eventful since last we met. I hope it stays that way, and I am not too ashamed to admit it. It doesn't seem likely, though, does it? The proprietor of the Thirsty Seer in the 5th Circle of the city should have the picnic basket set out by now. If you go down there, pick it up, and carry it out to the ledge of the pier, we can have a lovely lunch at the watch point. I will meet you out there, but be sure to bring the picnic basket. Hobbits always concerned about food, of course. Alright, well, I think that does bring this episode to a close. When we return, we'll go on a picnic with Merry and do all those other quests. But that's not till next time. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll see you again real soon for another episode of The Epic Story.